Yo, measurable challenges, the fourth video of the transformation series. So now we've talked about what it takes, seeking and destroying underlying commitments. We've talked about doing the work. We've talked about the assessment. You've thought about your big ass goal, your transformation, you envisioned it, you know where you want to be and how you look, how you feel, what you can do at the end of 2018. And now it's time that we put all that into a challenge and create actionable tasks that you can do every single day to ultimately get to your goal and hit your transformation at the end of 2018. So what I want to talk about now is the monthly challenge. Every challenge is 90 days in total. You want to create an impossible challenge, something that's going to force you to become more than you are today. Because in 90 days, you want to be a different, better person than where you are right now. So, you've assessed yourself, you've gone through the wheel of change, and you know where you're standing at. You know what are the result killers, and you already know what you're engaging in too often and too frequently, and what you should probably start doing, and what you should possibly stop doing. So, you want to create a measurable challenge. You can't really create a challenge based off of feel, because feelings change so much. You could be the most confident person on top of the world one day, and the next day feel like you're down below. So you can't go based off feelings. What we want to go by is numbers. Now, I know that a lot of people have said, don't create goals based off of numbers and outcomes in that way, because you just can't tell if that's what's going to work. But the thing is, if you create some sort of number, if you say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 90 days, and you only lose 15 pounds in 90 days, well, guess what? Are you going to be proud and appreciative about the fact that you lost 15 pounds, or are you going to be negative and pissed off that you had 5 pounds to lose? You should probably be pretty proud and pat yourself on the back that you're 15 pounds less, because guess what? If you busted your ass off, you're now in a positive place, in a better position than you were 90 days ago. So, even if you don't hit that end number, that's totally fine. Work as hard as you can to get there. That's the point. And as long as you're not worse or in the same position as you are today in 90 days, then you've hit a positive goal. So, a couple measurable challenges are lose X amount of pounds. I don't know what that is. But a healthy amount of pounds that somebody can lose is 2 pounds a week. So after 12 weeks, that's 24 pounds. It is possible, especially if you have 24, 30, 24 or more pounds to lose, it is absolutely possible to lose about 24 pounds in 90 days. So put that up there. I'm going to lose 24 pounds in 90 days, or whatever it may be. You may have less weight to lose, or that may not even be your goal. To run a mile in X amount of time. Maybe you can't even run a mile right now, but you want to be able to do that. You want to be able to do this performance measurement. So say, hey, I'm going to run a mile in 12 minutes. That's a good start. Or 10 minutes, or 9 minutes, or 8 minutes, whatever it may be. It could be, I'm going to run X amount of miles. So instead of running 1 mile, I'm going to run 10 miles at the end of 90 days. Hell yeah. Perform a feat of strength. That could be a muscle up, that could be lifting heavy ass weight, that could be doing 5 chin-ups, a certain amount of reps for an exercise. Again, as long as you're able to do more than you were 90 days ago, that's a positive result. And we're going for positive results here. Decrease X percentage of body fat. That's another one. Or gain X amount of pounds of muscle. That one's a little bit tricky because you don't always know how much muscle you're gaining. But you see, you want to create a measurable challenge, one that has to do based off of numbers. Because as you're going to see, we're going to have a test to make sure how close you are to get there. So, you're going to have a monthly test. So, 90 days is 3 months, meaning that you're going to have a test at the end of the first month, and you're going to have a test at the end of the at the end of the second month, So every 30 days and 60 days, you're going to have a test. Now, this could be a measurement of where you are to see how on track you are. So, if you're going to be doing some sort of performance goal, which is going to be, let's go back to the other ones, running a mile in a certain amount of time, or running a certain amount of miles at the end of 90 days, this is the time where you exert yourself to your fullest capacity. Run a mile as fast as you can, time yourself. Run as far as you can to see where you can go. Lift as much weight as you can. This is going to be a hard test, especially if you're going for a performance challenge. If you're going for some sort of weight loss or physique or muscle gain goal, then you're going to want to step on the scale. You're going to want to remeasure your body fat. You're going to want to see where your measurements are if you're going to be taking tape measurements. Check those numbers out. Test yourself every single month. The numbers are important because if you don't know your numbers, you're just going to be lost. And how are you going to know if you progressed? From after the monthly test, we're going to break this down into a weekly focus. Now, this is where we go back to the assessment, especially the wheel of change. And we look at the wheel of change and we see, out of this time, there's 4 different sections in there, and there's 4 weeks in a month. So, you're going to pull something from the create. In 1 week, you're going to focus on that creation. What is that creation? You're going to focus on that all week, and you're going to develop a daily action from that creation. The following week, you may want to pull from the eliminate side. You're going to focus on not doing what you're trying to eliminate. So it could be, I need to eliminate how many times I snooze. If you're snoozing 7 times in the morning, go down to 2. Or better yet, just don't snooze at all. So go for progress. Progress, progress, progress. If you're going to go from the accept side, learn to find out where can I accept the negative things that I cannot quite change. And focus on that week by coming to terms with the negative part and finding a way that you can see it positively in your life. And then, for the following week, create a focus from the preserve side. What can you maintain and what can you get better? So, you're going to use the wheel of change to create a weekly focus. You're going to focus on those by developing a daily action. So, I'll use myself as an example. One of my focuses is to get out of pain. In the sense that to be able to exercise and move without some sort of restriction. You see, I do have physical restrictions. I have tight ankles. I've had some back injuries recently, and they've been pissing me off because they delay my progress. So my daily focus is to do some sort of mobility, which is to stretch and which is to get more flexible muscles and stretch my muscles. So personally, I've been making a daily focus to stretch for 5 minutes every single day. And when I'm done, I mark that off on the calendar, showing I finished my 5 minutes of the daily task. So, 90-day challenge, impossible challenge. Make something that's hard, something that you currently can't do right now. From there, break that challenge down into 2 30-day tests. What are you going to do at the end of the first month? What are you going to do at the end of the second month to make sure that you're on track? It could be as easy as stepping on the scale, taking some measurements, or performing the test to find out where you are. From there, you're also going to want to take a weekly focus by looking at your wheel of change in your assessment and either stop doing something that's negative, start doing something that you're currently not doing, refine the things that you're currently doing that are well, and try to make the negative things that you can't change in your life more positive. There you have it. So, that's all for today. Tomorrow we're going to wrap this up with the final video about accountability and review. Thank you very much for watching. I'm out. Later.